Hey guys, I'm happy to be creating a video. First of all, I'm happy because my hair looks good and you should see it on most days now. It's falling out like nobody's business. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like in a week or two. Anyway, I've had so many people commenting and sending me individual messages and stuff about some of the things I've been posting that I thought, I have a, I guess you'd call it a lesson that I often teach in the Buddhist class at the women's prison. And I often have the same discussion with my clients, which are almost all cancer clients. Of course, I'm not practicing anymore. But I thought, it seems to really hit home with so many people that I thought I'd put it on here too, and hope you enjoy it. And the lesson is about who we are. And so I start by asking, well, who are you? And most people give me their name. Oh, I'm Susan Smith. And I say, okay, so if we changed your name down in the county to Jane Jones, would you no longer be you? No, I'd still be me. I just have a different name. Okay, so you're not your name. No. Okay, then who are you? Okay, I'm 48 years old. I weigh 142 pounds, et cetera, et cetera. And I say, okay, well, what if you gain a pound tomorrow? Are you no longer you? What happens when your next birthday comes? Are you no longer you? And they say, oh no, okay, I see where this is going. Okay, this is me. I am right here in front of you. You can see me. Here I am. I say, so you're your body? And they say, yeah, I'm my body. And I say, okay. So what happens if you got in a car accident and we had to cut off both your legs and you now had to, be in a wheelchair? Like, pretty much half your body's gone. So are you still your body? What if we had to do a heart transplant? The early heart transplants were pig hearts, not human hearts. So we could stick a pig heart in you and it wouldn't even be a human heart. Would you still be you? And they say, well, yeah. I mean, if you took my legs off, I'd still be me. If you changed my heart out, I'd still be me. So you're not your body. And they say, wow. God, and then people really start getting uncomfortable because we're taught to believe like this is who we are. And boy, do marketing companies love to have us believe that. So then they say, well, I'm my mind. I must be my mind. And I say, okay. And we go through something similar, which I can attest to right now. I mean, a year ago, I could have sat in the conference room at Genentech and talked all about vascular endothelial growth factor. And if you stuck me in that same conference room today, I'd be going, okay, God, I keep hearing that word and I know that word. I know we've been working on that drug. What exactly does it do again? So I can tell you that from my personal experience that we're not our minds either. And you can question that for yourself. What would happen if you went into a coma? Your mind was not working. It flatlined. And then boom, 3 weeks later, the doctors are saying, wow, she's back, and you're back. What would happen? Does that mean you're not you for those 3 weeks when you're in a coma? And does your mind change? The person I was in my 20s and in my teens is so different from the person I am now. So my mind is changing all the time. So are we really our minds? And God forbid, these doctors want to cut out part of my brain. I'm sure my personality would change quite a lot, but does that mean I'd not be me anymore? We're not our brains either. So then people really start getting uncomfortable at this point, and they say, well, I'm my personality. There's like something inherent in me that, makes up my personality. And, even as a baby, my mom said that I would cry if she took something from me. So to this day, if people try to take something from me, I get really angry, So clearly I'm my personality. And I say, well, is that true? Because again, our personalities change. They're probably, part of our minds in some way. And again, what I was able to do with my mind 30 years ago is very different from what I could do last year and what I can do this year, or today. And same thing with my personality. There are parts of me that have grown and have changed. And you know, for the most part, I think is better, but maybe not completely. But our personalities are constantly changing too. So how can we be our personalities if they're constantly changing? And if you take some drugs, let's say you take some like strong cocaine or something, or LSD or anything, ayahuasca, if that changes how you're showing up, would your personality change? I mean, is that you? So we kind of start when we sit and really sit with this. And for me, after I went through this, I sat in bed at night and I would just sit there and think about it. Like, I think I am my personality. And I would try to talk myself into it and say, okay, I'm my personality because, and then I would realize, that doesn't hold up. Okay, I'm my personality because, and that doesn't hold up. So, you know, you got to sit with these sometimes, especially if they're making you uncomfortable, and ask yourself, you know, well, what am I? And that's where the question ends. Like, if you're not all these things we just listed, and you might come up with a few others, but you'll probably talk yourself out of those too, you know, who are you? Who are you? And that's where the question ends, you know, and some of us will come to a conclusion that we can't necessarily prove, but we might say, I must be part of God. You know, I must be part of the energy of the universe. You know, whatever comes to you. And we'll never really know until we get there, probably. But I think it's a really helpful conversation to have with yourself. Even if you don't figure out who you are, you figure out who you're not. And that, you know, figuring out that I was not my body, and I was not my appearance, and I was not my brain. I mean, these things were so liberating. And then I went down the path of who I really do believe I am. So, something to think about, you guys. I hope you have a great Thursday and a good weekend up ahead, and all is happy in your worlds. Bye.